On some recent travels, I didn't have a lot of floor space or a lot of time for full practices to augment all of the walking that we were doing around Edinburgh, Scotland. So I came up with a brief standing practice that helped me to free the joints of my body and warm up the muscles of my body before I put a lot of load and tax on my body with all of the hours of walking that we were doing. So this is a perfect practice if you don't have a lot of time and you'd like to stay standing to feel more vital and warmed up for the day and the activities to come. Start with your feet, circles with your ankles. And this is a wonderful time to listen to a few of your favorite songs. I think that most of us can agree that a beautiful piece of music can really help us shift our state if we need to. Let's switch directions and prepare us for what's to come. As you start moving, you can start deepening your breath in and out of the nose if you can. Maybe longer exhalations. Let yourself stay present with whatever you happen to be listening to, if it's music, if it's a podcast, if it's simply your breath. Let yourself stay present-centered as much as you can. Now that you've warmed up your feet just a little bit more, lift and spread your toes, and then place them back down. Do that again, lift and spread. And lower back down. Good. Come on up to the ball mounds maybe as you shrug your shoulders up, back, and down, and then lower the heels, lower the shoulders. Do that a few times. You can skip coming up to the ball mounds if that doesn't feel right for you just yet, or just give it a try. Big inhale, you might hold, and a really long and strong exhalation if your intention is to let go of some additional lethargy or stagnation. One more. Good. Let's warm up each of our knees now. And you can also add more warming for the feet. So as you kick the leg out in front of you, spread your toes, flex your toes towards your face. And as you bend the knee back, point your toes back. And you always want to stay in your pain-free range of motion. So we are really strengthening the muscles at the back and the front of the leg with no load here. You might be holding on to something if that's better. So we're strengthening this standing leg, obviously, because we have all of our weight on that. Relax the toes, firm the muscles, hug them to the bone. And then we're warming up our knee joints, but we are also strengthening and warming up quadriceps, hamstrings. Good. Let yourself feel the difference in each of those legs. That can really promote this present-centered awareness that in itself helps us to balance, helps us to lift our energy and mood. Other side. You're spreading the toes as you kick the leg out in front of you and point the toes as you bend the knee behind you. And see if you can start to feel how the quadriceps are working when you straighten the leg out in front of you, right? And how the muscles at the back of your leg, your hamstrings, are working as you bend the knee. And you can start to feel which muscles are working for you in your various ranges of motion. Make a lot of space for that standing foot. Toes are spreading. Good. Both feet down, parallel feet, maybe out a hip distance or a bit narrower. Chair, reach the arms out in front of you, and then come to stand and really recruit those glutes. The abdominal wall is strong. Exhale, bend. Glutes are alive. Keep them alive as you come to stand. And we can come to stand a little bit more swiftly so we can bend the knees slowly and then pop back up, really squeezing glutes. Slowly, slowly, slowly coming down. Knees are right above ankles. Keep the shoulder blades on the back body, and then a little bit more swiftly we'll come up. Coming up as you inhale. Lowering slowly. Knees are not caving in towards one another. Recruit those glutes, really squeeze as you come up. This is warming us up for sure. Good. Now working on the side seam of the body. So obliques here, glutes, adductors, and we are keeping the foot quite active as we lower hand towards foot, lift foot towards hands. Abdominal wall is strong, so you can feel the squeezing at the side seam of your body there. Foot and hand active as well. Chin back, ribs back. You can hold on to something, like I said. Breath big. Pause. Notice the difference in the two sides of your body, and then other side. Really kicking it out, firming all of the muscles there at the side of the body. Whew. Back to center. Come into a chair pose once again. Recruit those glutes. I'll turn to the side. Bring the hands to the knees. Standing cat-cow. Inhale, shoulder blades kiss. Maybe lift the chin. And exhale, round. Firm the abdominal wall. The knees are not caving in towards one another. They're right over top of the ankles. Moving in time with breath. And the next time that you lift the sits bones high, pause here in this position. Bring your hands to your thighs, maybe your shins, wherever you can keep your shoulder blades plugged on those upper back ribs. Lift the ribs away from the ground. Lift the abdominal wall away from the ground, and think about zipping pubic bone all the way towards the chest. Chin and ears back here too. So your torso, see if you can create a parallel line with the floor. And then reach the arms on either side of you and start to pulse. Shoulder blades really plugged in. Front ribs, hug them in. Warming up the triceps here now. Breath big. Glutes are strong, and there's a crisp hinge at the hip creases. Okay, then bend the right elbow and twist just from the mid-torso. You might lift the left arm a little bit more. And then bend the left arm, place the left hand to a firm abdominal wall, and twist just from the mid-torso. Maybe the right arm reaches. So now we're twisting gently just from the mid-torso. Low back is nice and spacious. You're not moving the hips. And you're twisting from a really strong core. And then bring the hands to the hip points. Firm that abdominal wall. Legs are strong, glutes are strong. Slowly come all the way back up. Whew. And then give it a little twist from side to side. Plant your feet once again parallel, sweep the arms high, hook your thumbs together, up and over, side stretch. a lot of power down into that left leg. Press the feet away from one another. Core is really strong. And then inhale to center. Maybe come on up to the ball mounds of the feet again. Lower up and over as you exhale. Chin back, ribs back. In time with your breath. Last one. Up and over, so really stretch the left side of the body. Good. Interlace the palms, press them high. And then start to warm up your wrists as you slowly lower your arms down in front of you. Shoulder rolls. Neck very slowly side to side. And then feel your feet on the ground. Feel the aliveness in the palms of your hands. The aliveness in your entire body. Fill the body with breath. Full body exhalation. Release all that stagnant breath. Releasing yesterday, releasing last week, releasing last year. You might shake it out to close. You might dance it out to close. And there's your quick standing sequence to warm your body up and leave you feeling prepared for whatever is in store. Thank you so much for joining me.